You know, these things you always gotta wait for the drop to let somebody know where it's gonna go. All right, they building. It's a slow build. It's welcome back to the Pussy Power Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We should never, ever depend on YouTube beats to get us licks unless we check them first. That is something everybody should learn. But unfortunately, we are shooting our last episode of said Pussy Power Podcast. Womp, womp, womp.
It's the end of an era.
It's the end of an absolute era because it's been like the dopest ride for the last 2 years. I've had some great guests, great co-hosts, great advice. There's been so many gems throughout the show. It's just been like, I can look back on the show and truly feel like I've learned something. And to wrap it up, we have a very, very special guest from a very, very poppin' ass podcast.
Yes, sir.
Very poppin', very out here. It took me like maybe up until like 3 months ago to kind of like actually watch, because like I'll see the post.
Who the hell I was.
Yeah, because at first it was just like a lot going on. It was just like so many people just like, oh, I have a podcast now. I'm like, oh, here we go with this shit.
Yeah, that shit is overloaded.
Yeah, it's like people are going podcast crazy.
Yeah,
but welcome to the Pussy Power Podcast, Young Gotti. So
what's the word?
All right, so if you want to explain to the people all about your podcast and your platform.
Well, the Gotti's World podcast is basically it's an interview based. I like to interview a lot of people who have a lot of shit just going on in the city. Not only in the city, just anywhere, period. Anybody I can get my hands on.
Things like that.
But yeah, small businesses, black, not even black, yeah, white, whatever. I just ain't had no white people really on there other than my instructors. But just, artists, all that, you know what I mean? And I just had one of the biggest interviews of my whole
Leon Rogers.
How was that?
It was dope, man. It felt like I knew him forever. You know what I mean? And that dropped
Leon
Thursday.
has the tendency to make you feel like that, because I'm a comedian.
No doubt.
If you didn't know, so like I'll be at like Francis at the Monday night open mics. Leon's there, or the Wednesday at Bar 10, and Leon's usually there hosting that, or it's just always that. And he's just that person.
Yeah.
So it's like, even though you heard, because like you heard him growing up on the radio, so that's what I always equated it to. I'm like, okay, well, I heard this nigga every day going to school, so that's Uncle Leon as far as I'm concerned. So it's like anytime I get around him, like I overly know him. Like I'm like, yo, what's up? Like,
well, I really didn't pay attention until I actually got into this space. You know what I mean? Or this whole media space. You know what I mean? I always used to hear little jokes and shit like that, but I also watched him, growing up too. But I just didn't never worry about who the hell was going on in radio and things like that. But now I knew the history, and how big everything, how big this shit is, and who he is, and I was just like, man, like So for me to even be a year in, February is the 1 year anniversary of the podcast.
Oh,
so you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So just to be a year in, and I'm just getting that type of, you know what I'm saying, notoriety, it's on.
That's so dope, because I always feel like Leon Rogers is like our generation's version of Herb Kent. You remember how your grandparents used to listen to Herb Kent
You hit that shit right on
what
point.
was going on? It was like,
right
we got to
point.
hit the battle. Herbie baby. Like, I feel like that's the energy that we get with Leon.
Yeah, definitely. But overall, like I said, this is the podcast. Just people who got shit going on, a lot of pioneers, Chicago artists, everything. They just come see me, and then, it's going to be one of the biggest.
So aside from Leon, who's been like your more, I guess, entertaining guest of
entertaining,
like just super, just like the interview from beginning to end was just like, wow.
Shit, I'm gonna be honest, everybody. You know what I'm saying? You learn something from everybody, and everybody got a different vibe, but it's all love at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I mean, everybody they got their own little thing, but it's entertaining. I make everybody feel comfortable, so everything is smooth.
Do you have a dream interview, like a Chicagoan or a non-Chicagoan?
Non-Chicagoan would be, I would say, Nas.
Oh.
Maybe have one of them intellectual conversations.
I would love to pick his brain.
You know what I mean?
God.
You know what I'm saying? Just see how far his mind can go. And you know what I'm saying?
Because I don't think many people sit and talk to him. Like there aren't that many.
He don't have that many interviews.
Down and talk to Nas interviews. That nigga don't talk to nobody.
Like, is that a choice of his where he just doesn't?
He does not.
Like,
no, he just don't have that type of. You know what I mean? A lot of the interviews, and I understand why though too. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Next level shit. That's all it is.
Yeah,
it's next level shit. You gotta be there.
Yeah,
you gotta be there.
It's beneath him. It's beneath him. Like,
you gotta be there in order to, you know what I'm saying, get that.
He's
that
male Eartha Kitt. I really feel like that.
Facts.
Like
facts.
He's male Eartha Kitt, because if you do get some words out of him, he definitely spin your ass. Like,
oh yeah, it's definitely something you gonna go back and be like, wait, he said.
So he said.
yeah, definitely. That's
a good choice. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that. Like they wanted to work or do like it's good.
I mean, that whole did you ever catch the documentary he did on the it was like a weed documentary on BET, and Kamala Harris was in it, and it's fairly new. I think it came out later last year or whatever, but it was basically about how they criminalize weed and how it has to be decriminalized, and all these people were in jail because of these small weed offenses. Damn. And
well, no, I ain't catch that one.
Yeah,
you know
if you didn't catch, I forgot what the name of it was, but it's pretty much like he Morgan Freeman the whole thing, and
he's the narrator. He narrated everything.
Yeah, he Morgan Freeman the whole shit.
Yeah, I get it.
and he like directed it and all that fun stuff. So it was like really super in depth. So if you haven't, it's called Smoke.
Okay. Yeah,
Marijuana in Black America. So if you haven't checked it out, that's your dream guy. You might want to check out what he's doing.
I'm gonna tap in.
I was actually impressed that Kamala Harris was in it, and all of these, like, for what people would think of are the good black people, or the black people that have made it. Like,
no they all
right. That's the thing. Like you're separating people from what they've accomplished in their lives, and people are just people
by statuses.
Right.
Which, they've been doing that for. Since we could be
forever.
Yeah, forever. So they go back classes. Yeah.
Well, it is Black History Month, so happy Black History Month for everybody.
Yeah.
Play your Wakanda theme or do whatever. I mean, how do you celebrate Black History Month? Because you have children, so I know you kind of have to,
No, I don't. No.
Some people feel they're necessary, but so you don't like.
So no, you don't celebrate, or no, you don't have children.
No, I have children. I have children.
So confused.
I know, because
I have children.
I seen him throw a snowball at one of his kids on Instagram.
You called
you abusive.
Yeah,
that shit was no. That was a pure accident. Pure accident. I just threw it at the window, and she just so happened to be there, and
so she
it
ran
came
into
through the
snowball.
screen. Some of it came through the screen and got to her.
So she ran into the snowball.
That was on her.
Boy, that snowball.
That was on her.
That was the most vertical.
She ain't crying nothing like that.
It was all good. It was just like she was just so like surprised. She's like, ah! It was like going to Splash Mountain. She was excited, but I was just like,
he was like, wow, this nigga.
I'm like, I said, so anybody can get it at the house with the snow.
Anybody can get it.
I don't want to come over. I'm not. Don't invite me to none of y'all's events, dinners if it's snowing outside. I don't trust. I'm
definitely the can man. Believe that.
We too old, bruh. Like, why you still throwing snowballs? No.
Well, I gotta still have a kid. You know what I'm saying? I still gotta have that energy and stuff like that for my, for my girls. I still gotta do that.
I just challenged a bunch of grown-ups to a snowball fight. I'm like, meet me at Midway. Let's turn up.
Midway on
50, like by the University of Chicago.
I'm anemic and I got bad knees. I'm not gonna be out there with the cold and throwing snow around y'all. No.
But it's like an ice rink and it dips down, so it's like the perfect place to have a snowball fight.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
Y'all have fun.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
I got some bad news. Beginning of 2021. R.I.P. Cicely Tyson.
R.I.P. She was 96.
Yeah, Sissy was tired.
No. Here's my problem. Betty White just had a birthday. I'm upset.
Leave Betty White alone.
She just had a birthday.
But if you ever notice, like when Cicely did interviews, they're like, "You still old and you're still working?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm still here. I guess it's just something else God wanted me to do." Like I love the way she looked at life. Like she lived a really dope life.
Energy.
Yeah. But you know how black people is. We don't be wanting to let our grandmas go. Our grandmas be 137. We be like, "Nah, grandma."
My great grandfather, he died. He died at 100, and that was about maybe a month ago.
Oof.
Yeah, that was about a month ago. But everybody was, everybody was sad and crying. I'm like, he's 100.
There's
really, you know what I'm saying? Let's be real about this. He's 100.
This year he would have been 100, or he was.
No, he was 100.
Oh, he made it.
He tapped out at 100. His birthday was, I believe, that Wednesday or that Thursday, and that weekend.
Oh wow! Did you get a chance to like hear, cause somebody living a century, and as much as the world has changed, like I thought me living my little years on Earth, like I was
Like he did something.
I was here when it was
I
was here when it was dial up and the 3-way calling. But like I would love to hear like
wars,
all of the
a few wars.
Yeah, wars. He done been through. He done seen a lot.
All of the wars, like the last few relevant ones.
It was to the point to where his birth certificate said colored.
Oh my God!
100 years ago, that's 19.
Hell yeah, it was
1921 or 1920, 1911.
Wait, 1921. I'm tweaking.
Yeah, 19,
or 1920 because he would have been 101.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it said colored.
That's a life.
Like, threw me off, and I'm like, dang.
That's a life.
You know what kind of shoes they was wearing back then?
They wouldn't.
Yes, they was. They was just made out of like they was literally all dress shoes. All of them were dress shoes. Everybody had dress shoes.
But see, your grandfather lived in that era when people put their clothes on.
Yeah, when they got fresh.
When they
definitely got fresh.
When they put on their vest. Put on their
suspenders. They had the, you know what I'm saying, all
with
that.
the hat, with the feather,
and all that.
Like they
wore 3-piece suits
every day.
The vest with the jacket, with the big jacket over the man.
Sharp.
The zoot suit.
Sharp every day.
And that was to go out on the weekend.
Now you got to beg niggas to pull their pants up.
When they
used
to
the pumps.
Whatever this was.
They used to part the shit.
The pump.
Just do it like this. Whatever this motion was.
What they used to call it, my granddad used to have it. A process.
Ooh, not a process.
Yeah, he
looking like Red off of 5 Heartbeats.
Yeah, he been through the eras. He was definitely that guy.
So he was fresh in every era.
Yeah, he was that guy. He was that guy. Hard working man. That's exactly where I get a lot of my shit from.
That's good that you had such a strong example. Like, man, I can't imagine somebody being around me for 100 years.
Yeah.
I ain't been here that long, so that means you just imputing all of this onto me. I just sit there all day just listen to him ramble because at some point I'm gonna catch something that I'm gonna really need.
He definitely said a lot of funny shit.
Yeah,
he definitely said a lot of funny shit.
But it be real at the same time.
But it be real at the same time. You be like, man, that shit ain't happening. He was like, hey,
like, boy, we used to walk to school in the snow with no shoes.
Big
like,
facts. That shit y'all be talking about.
I believe. You been here long enough for me to believe you. Okay. These other 80-year-olds be lying, but you, I believe, sir.
To be able to pick up those kind of nuggets, like, I'm sure the jewels
it was
like
real.
Dropped on you and your family was amazing. I'm really sorry for your loss, but he lived a good life.
It's like you said, it was a lot that he did drop on me, and I hold a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? I hold a lot of that. That's why it's like, even for you want to bullshit, you want to talk shit a lot, but then it's just like, no, because I got next level shit I need to be thinking about because he put that on my head. Now I need to get it done.
Because he told you the key to life before, and everybody else still figuring it out. Like, nigga, I know already. Y'all don't know. Yeah. Come on, catch up, mustard. Let's go. Like,
yeah, that's where I'm at. That's exactly where I'm at.
I mean, so it's a marathon, not a rat race. So I mean, let's just keep going. Apparently, they still in porches. In Detroit.
Only in Detroit
do they steal porches. I don't know how you get your porch though, but apparently a woman went to work one day and walked off her porch, got in her car, and drove to Dunkin' or Starbucks, however you want to live, and came back after work, and her whole porch was just gone.
Nah, bro.
Nah, bro. Go to the other side. Go to the other. Click the other one, Betty. Because like I
been doing some type of.
Oh no! She had a porch.
She had a whole porch, like
stairs. There was carpet.
Like them green carpet stairs,
them green turf
in front of your grandma's house.
Turf steps. Go to the next slide.
So you mean tell me?
Yeah.
So you mean tell me, motherfucker had stairs when they took a shower and left out the crib, go to work, and then come back home. And
yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
and nothing was there.
And there was nothing there. Now, my Detroit friends, y'all got some explaining to do.
My Detroit players.
That's like y'all be dressing fresh as hell. Is that because y'all stealing stairs? That's the new business. She mad as hell.
She's so hot. Her
butterfly
filter though. I wouldn't use no butterfly filter. I wouldn't have time.
I wouldn't have had time for a filter. Like, you wasn't that mad.
And then she got that little lonely ladder up there. Now you got to climb the ladder in and out your house every day.
Cause like, why would you steal somebody's porch? Like,
but what kind of neighbors? She got some ain't shit neighbors. Because why y'all let them steal my boy your antennas? How you let somebody come and take my entire porch? I didn't get a text message or call. Like,
they was making sure they stairs wasn't coming up missing.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this shit. Like I'm trying to wrap my head literally around this shit. Like, Like how?
Talking about she had to do some. Why I gotta be her fault? Her stairs got stole, man.
Who the fuck out here stealing stairs?
Contractors.
Who indeed?
Exactly.
Who indeed?
Contractors and people, contractors, and what's some people that live in places that they supposed to be, and squatters.
Squatters? Yeah. But
Detroit is 80% vacant. That's not a real statistic,
you
but
had to
it's
have
mostly
some heavy
vacant.
artillery to get that shit off.
If you got a good 4x4,
and ain't nobody noticed.
I
Everybody was
mean,
just like, that shit
I'm
normal.
assuming they
That's the
stole the
thing.
equipment to rip the stairs up too. I don't think they bought anything.
But that's not an hour or 30-minute job.
They waited until she went to work.
Yeah, they took their
So
time.
they took a whole shift. They took a whole shift. Like, man, we gonna fuck her up on Friday.
Or I
we
just
gonna
thought
fuck
about
her
something.
shit up Friday.
She could have been the squatter. That house looked kind of boarded on the side. It might have been abandoned. You know, when they abandon houses in Chicago, they tear the stairs off and board up the windows. So maybe she was squatting.
You squatting, but you gonna post the video? I mean, I don't know. I mean, if people, more ignorant souls have been created on this earth, so I can't even say that.
Hey, the man
That's a
just
fact.
got locked up for raiding the Capitol with his whole
That's a
job,
Check
name,
this out.
company, and email and phone number on the back. That's how they found him.
I'm gonna hit you with something totally different. It could be the motherfucker that sold her the crib, or the person that she paying rent to, just so happened to not have it legally, and it, you know what I mean?
I mean, he lost it.
Or maybe
He
somebody
probably
lost
stopped
the crib.
for the
And then-
He
city.
probably lost the crib.
And they
Yeah.
talking about some, all right, well, nobody lives here. Let's go and take these
Like
stairs.
it had to be a city
damn.
mistake. Because that's the only something I've ever seen like the city
No,
do.
Yeah, that had happened to one of my people before.
Yeah,
When they lost their porch, they stole their porch.
Not their porch. But they was paying rent to
And they whole house.
somebody's crib.
Yeah, and they lost it. That's why you got to do your background.
Yeah,
You
and then
definitely got to do your background with the
person didn't
landlord.
even own the crib.
With these landlords, you got some
I
fucked up people.
mean,
They must have found that
even
landlord
if
on
they're
Facebook.
even if they're paper legit, because Pangea, baby,
Pangea
Pangea needs to be shut
shut
down expeditiously. Like, they're the worst rental company ever. Ever.
Allegedly.
Ain't no allegedly shit. They
gonna
will.
sue us.
Who gonna sue
Oh,
us?
they
for
Asians from
what?
Indiana. They got time.
For slander.
Slander? Okay.
Allegedly.
Bring it back. I will say, said individual company not to be named by anyone in this room or associated with Pussy Power Podcast or Gotti's World Podcast or Pretty Baked or Indie Promo Connect.
Or People's Comedy Network.
Or People's Comedy Network. These opinions do not reflect said companies. Moving on. How do you feel about everybody having such like as a man? I know, like, as a married man, you have like maybe an opinion formed as in people not necessarily okaying the whole silhouette challenge, busted challenge, because there's some little issues that people kind of feel like. Well, one hand, people say women don't want to be sexualized, but then they do.
Sexual shit.
Yeah.
If you got the body for it, do it. You know what I mean? If that's what's going to, you know what I'm saying, boost your confidence and, you know what I'm saying, you just want to be a part of something, I mean, do it. But, I mean, some bitches out here looking like pears. You know what I mean? And they don't need to be doing it. But, I mean, if that's what's going to boost their confidence and they want to be a part of the whole, you know, gag going on, then, hey, so be it.
I mean, but then there are men who just ultimately feel like, okay, well, actually, no, not ultimately, because there's variations. Because there's men who like, ooh, hard ass, and then there's some dudes like, oh, respect yourself, sister. Like, come on, man, like.
But when has it ever been okay for men to tell women what to do with their own bodies? Like, I'm so sick of American men in a country telling women what they can and can't do with their bodies. If she want to dance in a red light, a blue light, if she want to stand on top of a car and pop her pussy, let her. It's her pussy.
Nobody should tell a woman how to utilize or do what they want to do with themselves. But when you display that shit to where I can see it and it's to the public, I have an opinion.
You're
You know
allowed
what
to
I mean?
have an opinion, but I just don't think people should dictate what women do with their bodies.
No,
Like,
but some things is not a dictation.
It's not a dictation.
But it's
but
an
think
opinion.
about it a minute, but you shouldn't do this. You're a mom.
It's definitely opinion.
I'll reiterate.
It's
Okay.
opinion.
I'll reiterate. So look, most women,
Babe,
right?
the camera right there.
Pardon about this. Damn.
You blocking up? What you got to say, my brother? Go ahead.
You need to leave.
No, go say your shit. Talk your shit.
Like,
Oh, because it's another man in the house. He don't want
Talk
nobody
your
to
shit.
get bashed.
Majority of women, like, y'all goal is to have a husband and get married, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
And majority of men, they have qualifications for their wives or for their to be.
Then the
wives,
lady
right?
doing the silhouette challenge ain't your wife.
Exactly, but at the same time, sometimes if somebody is voicing their opinion, they might just be telling a person like, "You going in the wrong direction." You feel what I'm saying?
I get it, but I still think there's a difference between judging a woman and trying to dictate what she do with her body and giving friendly advice. Because a lot of these men ain't friendly on the internet.
Sure, yeah.
Not a lot of them.
I feel like
most
it's
of them not.
I feel like it's more of a judgment than dictating.
Yeah, and I don't
It's
think that's
judging,
fair.
but you have the right. We have the right to.
We don't
say
say
what
that
we
when y'all
say.
be walking around in them gray sweatpants with your t-shirts off.
But you
in the
like it though,
summertime.
and you will comment. You will comment, and you would say what you gonna say.
I'm a married woman. I
That's
don't
a
even
judgment.
look at that kind of
That's a
stuff.
judgment.
Here's the thing: we can
That's
argue.
still a judgment.
As women
It's
and
not.
men, we can
I
argue
might people
all
glance.
day about, well, if you say this, this isn't this. If you say that, that isn't that. Men and women go tit for tat, and we've been doing this shit since the dawn of
And it
time.
ain't gonna
We
stop.
all, and it's not gonna stop. Because
It's not.
the same way we feel like we want to be equal, once we have certain equalities, we don't want that shit for real. We like,
We've had that
we gotta pay
conversation.
real bills around this bitch.
We've had that
Ew,
conversation
no.
several times on the podcast. I do not believe in equality. I believe in equity. I don't believe in equality.
Okay, explain.
Break
I
that
never
down.
want.
No,
yeah,
no.
I have
No,
never.
we're not just from the skate pad.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm
Say
saying.
what you got to say
So
about
here's
it.
the deal. I'm a woman who is a very strong, independent woman. I've never had a problem getting up and going to work. I've never had a problem fending for myself. But I would also like to be with a man who allows me to be submissive. I don't want I don't want to do nothing that's masculine. The masculine energy does not identify with who I am as a woman. I don't have any problems at all. I don't have no problems letting my man quarterback our life. And all I gotta do is help him run the play. I have no problems. I still tell people tell me, we had a guest tell me I wasn't a feminist. I was an anti-feminist because I don't
Open the doors.
Because no, it's not even that. I felt like when we fought for equal rights, I didn't think we thought what we was doing. We don't want to be equal for fucking what?
I give you that.
I don't
We
wanna
want
be a
equal
man.
As you
pay.
should. As you should.
I
As
don't
you
even.
should.
Guess what? I don't care. I don't need to be equal as men. God didn't make men and women the same. If that was the case, we wouldn't need each other. Procreation.
We would cancel each
sense.
other out.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we're definitely not equal.
I think that's a problem with American relationships, especially in the black community now.
You might be able
Because
to
we
do.
too hung up on that ghetto love shit.
Fuck
Yeah, you might be
ghetto
able to
love. It could
do
be ghetto,
everything
but
that we
It's
possibly
real, but like
possibly
in our,
can do
in our
everything that we
community,
want
that
to.
ghetto love shit is real as fuck.
But
Like,
there's
people
some
believe
beautiful
in-
ghetto love stories. It's some beautiful ghetto love stories when you allow a man to be a man and a woman to be a woman.
But that ain't how that goes, because nobody grew up knowing
In
what a
certain
man and woman does.
aspects.
We either had one parent or the other, or neither one of them motherfuckers.
What was
It's
that
hard
we
to know what role everybody's supposed to play when you never saw that person play that role correctly.
True. What did we say when we was on our road trip? That it's a lot of people out here over-mothered and under-fathered. Like, it's that same concept.
But it's a learning process, though.
It is
It's
a
all a
learning
learning
process.
process. We have to
Yeah.
learn that. We can't. We not gonna come out the gate. You know
But
what I'm
there's
saying?
no
with that.
examples for
But
it.
we
Like she
also-
was
It's a lot of
saying.
examples.
There are, but
It's
most...
just you pick and choose. It's just you pick and choose what you deal with and what you don't deal with.
True, but if you grow up in a household where it's just a single mama and you look at your mama being a man and a woman, as a woman, you feel like I don't need no man, and as a man, you don't respect
No,
the
that's
man.
it's not that
You don't know, or you don't even know how to be a man
No,
because you don't have that example.
That's what's told to you. That's not what the example is. That's just what they had to go through. But that's what you're told. Majority of people who say that, they were told that.
Nah, because you ever been in a situation where your mama told you don't gossip and don't tell on people, but then you turn around and see her tell on Pearl? It's a do as I say, see as I do,
But
as
you
I
just said
say,
it.
and
You
not
said
as
she-
I
she
do
told
type
me
thing.
that.
That's
She
what I'm
told me
saying.
that. So it was
but
it's
it's not
all
a
told.
told thing. I'm talking about what you see on a day-to-day basis. Because your mama could tell you XYZ, but if she letting a man live in her house and he ain't paying no bills and he beating her ass, you're seeing this, but she telling you something else. It's not a told. I feel like all behaviors are learned, and it's an observation. It's not always something that somebody tells you.
It couldn't be. Like, I mean, also it's just the fact that people grow out of whatever they want to grow out of, and it's up to, like, I think what Gotti kind of touching on is that it's an individual thing, because you were strong enough to be like, ooh, I'm not gonna do that shit there. I don't want to be like that. Like, something in you woke up and it was just like, I can't be that. Like, I'm even if I'm seeing this, even this person is what you.
It's what you take from the whole
because you
situation.
can take from the experience. Ooh, I'm gonna be just like this because this is all I know. I'm gonna be just fucked up and don't care about nothing. I
can
can
take
just
it as
be
a make
fucked
and learn
up.
from it.
I can just take the fucked up and accept it and be this person, or I can be like, nah, I'm gonna be the black sheep. I'm gonna go do great. Nope.
And
true.
See, sometimes you just gotta let women, you know what I'm saying, talk. You know what I'm saying? You throw your shoe shit in and then you just bag up. You know what I'm saying? You throw the shit out there, you let the bag up and figure it out.
He knows all about it.
All about that. He a player about here. He definitely a player about here.
A little bit more with her. I agree with you too.
Go ahead. No, sir. I believe
both of y'all because each one teach one. Because at the end of the day, it's everybody's individual responsibility to be accountable for the shit that they do and what they put out into the world. But at the same time, as a good person and having a good spirit, you should try to be accountable for people around you and try to help other people if you can, if you have the knowledge to do so.
And if
that's just all about everybody having that care.
Look at our world now. We got 14-year-olds out here carjacking people.
Oof.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me somebody told them to do that, or is that just something they saying? Like,
no,
you get what I mean?
It was told to them, and they figured it was told to them, do what you got to do to get what you want, and that's a broad ass statement. So they feel like they're gonna do this. This the only way I can get some quick money. So this is what I'm gonna do. That's a broad statement. But instead of sitting down and explaining to somebody, look, go to work. You know what I'm saying? Go. It might be McDonald's, but you'd be safer this way. You know what I'm saying? It's an honest way. You know what I'm saying? But
also you gotta look at the influences too, like the influences of media, the influences of school and of everything. They tell you what you can do to attain these things, but it's not like that. They say, oh, all you gotta do is work and go to school and go to college and do this and do that. They telling you a formula, but that formula don't stick because it's like, okay, life still has to happen amongst me going to school. What about, oh, I can't afford these student loan payments every month. Oh, well, I have to work and go to school. Well, I can't do both. I can't afford to go to school because I can't spend time at work because I'm, boom, inheriting these books.
What about that kid who can't afford to go to school because they got to take care of younger siblings? Or it's a lot. I mean, it's every situation.
And even if it isn't that, the influences of social media is bad. You got, like you said, 14-year-olds out here carjacking people. Where do they get that from other than the music, the people who make the music, the people who run these networks with these fucking TV shows, everything they see on TV or on them phones are essentially getting computed into their brain. So it's just like, okay, yeah, we young thugs out here. Like, everybody want to be NBA young boy, 17 with 4 babies and a fucking millionaire. Why would that not be the dream?
Exactly, because that's what they, exactly.
It's so many young, rich niggas out here.
It
makes kids impossible to think like, okay, well, I can be anything, but also, yeah, go your ass to school, nigga. You can't just leave
not a lot of rich
school,
niggas
be
out
a thug. Well,
it's a portray.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying, because I've looked up these brothers' net worths, and not that online net worths really mean anything, because not everybody puts their money on the internet for it to be seen. But just the perspective of that may be your net worth.
Oh yeah.
And all the shit
I got a few chains.
Do you understand?
But there's a perception that
they're walking around with chains saying this costs this costs that. But I check your net worth and you only worth $100,000. $100,000.
But we all know it's a lot of cap going on.
A whole lot.
First of all,
but the jewelry fake.
But that's why I get annoyed at the fact that they're influenced.
Fake,
y'all influenced by these people who aren't even real. These aren't real people. They are entertainers. That's why they're under the category as a entertainer.
But you got to think about it. Think about a kid that grew up in.
They're clowns, baby.
Think about the kids
they
that
put
grew
on
up,
the makeup
for example,
and the wig
in like O Block. That's all they know. All they know is the hood. All they know is Gateway. And then they see people like Vaughn and Dirk. And as soon as you come into the Vidoc on 63rd, it's a big ass billboard that say, oh, "Welcome to O Block." They don't have no book. They don't have no billboards. Nobody being an alderman, no lawyers, no doctors on the wall. They seeing somebody that
deep. It's just about opportunity, like how y'all was just saying about the 14-year-old that's still in the car. If you 14, can you go get a job? No, you cannot.
No, but you also got to think about the environment that he grew up in. He don't have no other options.
This is what I'm talking about. They all compound together.
Exactly.
If you're 14 and you can't get a job, your opportunity is limited. So
and then
you 14, you shouldn't really be trying to get.
You be worried about
money.
That shouldn't be the focus.
But that goes back to
being
about
earlier, social media and things.
Oh yeah. I still want these things. Yeah, I want these things. Yes sir.
You don't even have to need that shit. We watched like certain DJ Vlad interviews, and it's like it was this one dude. He ended up putting himself in jail for a very long time, like from damn near did child life, like from like 14 to like 18 years old, over some shit he didn't have to do because him and his friends ended up going out. He was like, I wasn't no ghetto kid. I wasn't no ghetto baby. I ain't grow up like this. I ain't grow up like that. I didn't need for nothing. How the hell you end up in jail from 14 to 18? That's basically your whole entire puberty.
Influences.
Because of something you didn't have to do. It's not like, influences.
But a lot of these guys that, do portray or not even portray. They made a way, they found their way out, and they were successful in what they doing. A lot of them niggas ain't stupid.
No, not to say they stupid, but it's like
stupid.
you making bad decisions with your life. It's ultimately, you don't got to be
It's a
stupid.
gamble.
You gambling, right? You
You're
gambling.
just gambling with your life. But
because you feel like, damn, I'm smarter than getting caught, or I'm smarter than this. Obviously, you feel like you smart going into it. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't have did it.
But it's also a lack of options. They don't know what their options are because they don't see them.
Options,
or they're
knowledge.
or they're not glorified enough for them to be like, oh, I could do that.
What I was saying was they're not privy at all, because at 14,
at 14, you
get no money unless you dive in.
The fact that it
I wonder, do they still ask kids what they want to be when they grow up?
Do they? You have little babies.
Do I?
Like
in school. You remember when
yes, they
every
do.
few years they ask you like what you want to be when you grow up, and like
They
I would
do.
love to hear some of these answers.
They
a
do.
rapper, a doc, like
They
I
do.
would love to hear
It's
some of
not.
these
It's
answers.
not your. It's more creatives. It's more creatives now. It's not more. You know what I'm saying? School
Doctor,
based.
lawyer,
Doctors,
police officer.
That's not really. It's just, I'm a creative because I hate to say it. We are more creative than black people. We create a lot of shit.
Because we
create
can
everything.
Because
Everything.
we've reached that level as
I ain't
black
gonna say
people where we
everything.
can
We create
expand in our minds, and it's not just, okay, well, work. Like, nigga, we got shit that we can contribute for real, like, to the world. But it's like, if we just so busy being worker bees and trying to become a part of the matrix, we're going to lose that shit.
True.
That's why they influence black-owned businesses. That's why they influence people to really tap into their talent and not just a skill. Because the talent and the skill are very different.
True, but sometimes you're gonna need them skills to survive.
Well, yeah, you need skills to survive, obviously.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna come out the gate rich. Obviously, work your way
But
up to
don't-
being that, but don't stay.
But
in
don't stay in that
shit for them.
space.
Yeah,
Don't stay in
like,
that. Don't stay in that
Don't
space.
be trying to
where-
get your retirement and pension with these niggas. Like, try to do something
Yeah.
else with
But
yourself.
y'all also gotta remember that entrepreneurship, like that kind of stuff, ain't for everybody.
It's not.
Somebody gotta work.
Somebody got to work.
Somebody gotta be the bottom man on the totem pole. And I'm not saying it to demean nobody, but that's just how
It's,
the world works.
everybody has.
We live in a
Everybody plays
capitalistic
their role.
society.
You could be a worker and a boss though.
True.
Everybody
You could be
don't
both.
want to be no entrepreneur too.
Exactly.
You know, so you can't really put that out.
But you can
before.
be.
You can be.
But you can
There
be.
are some people that are comfortable with going to work and working
Somebody
the
giving it what they
regimen
and going home.
Going home. You know what I mean? So,
And that's any race of people, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not just us. No,
That's not just
that's,
us.
That's
That's
definitely
all
worldwide.
across the board.
what you
That's
want
worldwide.
in life, the things that you want in life,
And the energy you're willing to put into it.
exactly, ultimately will whatever put you in that space of whatever you're trying to do.
Oh, I got a good question. So you, as what era were you born in? 70s, 80s, 90s?
70s. Did you really just put me out there like that?
Damn.
You could be a vampire
No,
sitting
no,
next to me, G.
No.
I don't know.
I'm not for real.
You could be a vampire. I don't know. You
No,
just
no,
have
I was
really
born
good
in
skin.
87.
I don't know.
It was 87.
87?
I'm
Okay.
87.
Well,
Put me
80s.
back in the 70s.
80s, baby. You could have been 79.
James Brown? Put me out there like that.
You might have really, really light-skinned parents, so they make you look even younger.
Nah, I was 87. though.
Mulatto babies look like 20 years younger than everybody.
Can't say
not
mulatto.
true.
She changing her name.
Yeah.
Can't say
God
that.
damn it, Danny Lee. Look what you done
Can't
did.
say that.
man.
Look
Can't
at the
say that.
yellow bone bitch to start.
You know what I'm saying? Can't say that. Can't say that.
And the
What?
girl,
I feel like why? Long as we can say
People too sensitive. A lot of sensitivity.
and she feels like it's limiting her and her marketability.
It just got that way because she's more notarized now.
I mean,
But
it's,
you've been
it's good
mulatto
she think
since you
about her
were a
career,
child.
though.
Exactly.
We've been
It's,
calling
it's
you
a good thing
mulatto.
she's
Exactly.
taking that kind of consideration.
She's just getting a little bit more money now and people more in it.
Hey,
and she
if P.
started-
Diddy can
And
do
you
it
also
8
gotta think
times in
about
his
the-
career, so she can do it once.
Oh yeah, I'm with it.
Don't
But
just breeze past.
But you also got to think about it. Why are we
fucked up.
not going to be the Pussy Pie podcast anymore?
Why she can't be the biggest artist in the world and her name be Mulatto?
And why we can't be the most powerful podcast in the world and it be Pussy Power?
Woo!
The same reason.
Talk about it.
You can. You can.
We can't.
Because there are
Okay.
certain sponsors, there are certain business people who are not comfortable with words like pussy, mulatto, and people are oversensitive and take everything to heart. So sometimes you got to pivot in order to make your
to keep it
your
going.
plan
Keep
work.
the train moving.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the same
Well,
thing.
pussy ain't never hurt nobody.
Ever. Everybody needs a been in one or came out of one. Got one or came out of
That's
one.
a fact.
So
That
we
is
should
a
be
fact.
ever so grateful we dedicated an entire podcast.
I like this show. I like this. I like this. I like this energy. Yeah. This is good.
But I was gonna ask you, like, as a somebody who grew up from the 80s and then you kind of went through life. How can you see the difference in how your kids are growing up as a difference than you?
Shit, I was outside. That's all it was. I was outside. They inside. You know what I mean?
They inside.
Yeah, they inside. They want to be on the phones. They want to play the games and shit like that. I'm kicking my kids out. Like, give me them phones. Give me them phones. Give me all that. Because they be too deep into it. And then if they don't do some shit I told them to do, then we got an issue. So now I gotta take shit and then you gotta figure it out. I'm just letting them figure it out.
Take out the trash.
I haven't seen a kid with a scrape in years.
A scrape, I haven't seen bump, a bruise.
I haven't seen little girls jumping double dutch in the street. Like, I ain't had to honk my horn for. Could y'all move the basketball rim out the street so I can go?
Exactly.
I politely sit there and let y'all keep balling. If I seen some kids balling in the middle of the street right now,
I was like, "Oh, don't throw this ass."
I was out there playing ball with my daughter.
I gotta go.
With my daughter, I was out there playing ball, and it was cool, but it was hot. It was just hot that day. And I was just like, shit, we played out here. We just go get some water. Come on back. You know what I'm saying? We played. We out here.
We ain't even going to house. We used to hit somebody with water.
I can't.
Do you understand? We played outside hot as hell, just knowing we couldn't go back in the house because our mama would be like, nah, you ain't finna be running in and out my house. You either in or you out. So we just had to stay outside and dehydrate.
Man. You better go to somebody's house with a water hose.
Go on the side of the house.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just outside, man. My kids gotta get out. They gotta get their ass out of the house.
I appreciate that. Thank you for pushing
I'm not playing that.
I feel like I'm gonna be bogus, but I'm really explaining to my child that technology is for adults. Like I don't want you to even think that you can. I'm like, oh, mommy, what's that? Nothing. It's for grown people. Just, I don't want you. No, it's not for you. You got toys and blocks and shit. Go outside.
I want mine to have balance.
I
want mine to have balance. I still want them to know that this is.
I will unleash it on you at like maybe 10.
But then you also have to remember that the way the world works is they have to have a grasp on technology in order to survive. The schools not even giving them books.
Let my baby be a caveman.
They're not even giving. Some of these schools don't even give kids
little
books. They send them home with an iPad and be like, all right, here you go.
Yeah, iPad.
So you don't want your kid to be behind.
I don't want him to be behind, but I mean, he could at least know how to play outside and not be like, my screen.
Well, that's on you though. Well, that's on you.
It's all about like monitoring.
Yeah. You just got to monitor that to a certain amount of hours, and then after that, you know what I'm saying? He out there doing what he doing. Keep an eye on him because there's a lot of crazy motherfuckers out here.
I mean, it's all a lot of. I got puppies and candy in here, all that shit. I'm good.
Do kids even know about stranger danger?
Hell no, because they ain't outside to figure out somebody trying to fuck them. Ain't nobody outside. Ain't nobody. The kids don't play outside. Them little toy cars.
So how do these kids keep getting abducted if y'all not even outside?
Oh, these are inside jobs when these kids getting abducted. I refuse to believe either that or like mamas really be lacking at the grocery store.
I don't understand. But see, I feel like if you let your kids be outside and don't teach them to be all about up, they be able to express certain things. I feel like this next generation of kids gonna be the softest bunch of bitches.
They are gonna be a little soft.
They gonna be not a little soft.
Is just really
they gonna be
a thing.
They gonna be real soft, like Charmin. Like they haven't fallen and picked themselves up. They get trophies just for being on the team. They don't even got to play the game. They gonna get a trophy. Like they gonna be oversensitive.
Tendencies, don't you?
Huh?
You got a lot of nigga tendencies.
She's a nigga.
Yeah, I'm getting that energy. You got a lot of nigga tendencies. I feel you. I fuck with you the long way.
I am a fucking lady.
You are, but
I just have had 3 older brothers, and they taught me the game. And I was a tomboy. I played football. I rode boats. I
don't know this to be true, but I think it is rumored that she has said to knocked out at least 2 of her older brothers. But I don't know.
Oh, you got
don't
hands.
Do that. They watch the show.
Yeah, you got hands. Dude.
Hey, y'all can admit it. Y'all grown now. You can get a rematch. I don't think you're gonna win though.
They ain't on that.
I feel like
Titty's gonna get in the way. That's all it is.
Mind your business.
They gonna get in the way. That's all it is.
No, they not. That's when you pick up a stick. So you pick up a weapon.
You gotta have a weapon.
Gotta have a weapon.
You remember the rapper Silento?
Yeah. That was my kid's song. That was their shit.
Yeah, that was everybody's kids. Like the little Nene thing. But this nigga killed his cousin.
Allegedly
killed his cousin. Cause now CNN is. If CNN report on it, I feel like it's real bad.
Yeah, but he had a lot of. I feel like that's that young going into that industry.
He shot him and left him in the middle of the road. That's just ruthless.
I don't know, but
that's money done ran out.
That's what the news say. This is
allegedly.
It's still white media around this bitch. Y'all gotta understand that.
Nene money done ran on out.
I don't think it ran out.
How you
but-
kill your cousin? I don't understand. You kill
I
your
mean,
cousin?
like, we see
That's
a lot of this, like, with, like, a lot of the people who were, like, popping when we was younger, like Bow Wow and
He still got some bread, though.
Bow Wow still got money, so
He
he
still got
he
bread.
ain't fell that far off.
That's
Now,
not-
where he falling off with is this next album where he talking about, oh yeah, I'm finna talk about how I've had sex with Black China, how
But
I
it's
had sex
it's
with
not
blah,
that.
blah,
It's not that.
No,
It's
Does
not
he
that.
even know that
It's
we
not
don't care?
blah. He said that.
Yeah,
He
but
said that's what's gonna be in the album.
He's not giving. He's not.
Don't give a
He's
fuck.
saying what he's. Okay, put it like this. I don't think it's gonna be one of them tell all things. I don't think it's that. I think it's gonna be the experiences that he got with these different women to make him who he is.
I honestly think
If it is that, then he's gonna win with that.
he needs to
Either
stop taking
way.
shit out of August Alsina playbook, because August Alsina
Woo!
ain't did nothing when he went outside talking about what he did with his penis and who he stuck it in. Just leave it alone, bro.
I mean, he tried to make
What the hell?
Entangle.
What the hell that got to do with it?
because he's kissing
It's
and
being
telling.
messy. It is being messy because it's like, oh yeah,
We don't
I had sex
care.
with Black China. I had sex
Nobody
with-
cares what Lil Bow Wow does with his wang. No one.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's gonna be that. I doubt if it's gonna be that. I really doubt if it's gonna be that.
I would hope not, but just like how he was talking about it, you could get that scorned woman energy from it. Like,
It sounds-
you get
Yeah,
that.
it has
That's-
some
You
real
get that
super
messy
head
bitch
energy.
vibe.
I'm throwing it out there. I want y'all to
like
talk
clickbait.
about me.
It's like
I want
clickbait.
y'all to do
It
that.
was
Okay.
giving me superhead vibes, and I don't like it when men show signs of desperation. And that's what that felt like for me.
Is that a man crying out for help?
It sounds like he just need a hug.
That
Like,
baby needs stop that. I don't know, but as a man, do you feel like there is a difference when it comes down to, I suppose, when how that gets handled?
How what gets handled? What do you mean?
Because initially you're okay. I lost my point. All right,
That's why I'm like, all right, where you go? Well, go ahead.
because I was somewhere, but then like okay, I started thinking about the Nay Nay dance out of absolutely nowhere. That shit went viral.
It was
What the
kids.
hell?
Kids.
It was
kids.
oh my god!
Inside, when you inside the house, of course you're gonna
escape
click it 1,000 times just
We
to
could
get it down.
not escape the Nay Nay. Like it was so bad. Like when things started to go viral real bad, it got irritating.
it's horrible. It's like Baby Shark.
And then GCI, oh my god, every 5 minutes.
Over it.
I'm like, who's Nay Nay in this much?
The children.
Yeah.
Kids
I heard-
is in
Yeah,
school.
they
Y'all
did it
playing
too.
Nay Nay all day while they in school. Ain't nobody listening to GCI.
Yeah, but I heard a record exec say that if you play a song for a 5-year-old and they can sing it after you play it, it's a hit.
It's a hit.
A 5-year-old.
If you can play a song for a 5-year-old and they can sing it, they can sing the hook after they heard it one time, it's a hit. Because it's remedial, it's catchy, and a 5-year-old can pick up on it. Why
So
you
they
think?
making music like formula. It's math at this point.
That's all it is.
It's
Math.
high math, but it's
Yeah.
math nonetheless.
Yeah. Views, data, all that shit equals to revenue. So it's all numbers. All this shit is numbers. This is how they judge off everything.
Did you guys see the new like VPs of Universal Music Group? The two new vice presidents, the head of hip hop.
They white.
It's an Asian woman and a white man, last name Iger. He's it's a woman who's
Silly
Vietnamese and a Jewish man.
So that's
Silly shit. I wouldn't even wanna.
So that's who Lil Wayne
They're the
gave
new
all his
VP of
his,
hip-hop.
his,
They're the new vice
his
president of
masters too. that's who Lil
Man,
Wayne.
you're not
signed
getting
over Young
uncomfortable
Money
over
too.
there, are you, bro? Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. You know what I'm saying? We
Manny
can talk
know
about
what's
it.
up.
Manny know he invited to the barbecue.
Okay. I just want to make sure you know,
Is
say
it-
he's
I
still
don't
with
know
us
if
over
it's-
there.
It might not be.
You gotta check Manny's inner lip. He got
Try
the Wakanda
new
tattoo. He's
VPs.
fine. You gotta. He's good.
No cap. You
new
feel it?
VP
Yeah.
of hip hop
Yeah.
at Universal.
He marked. He
wrong with that.
Manny goes to a Baptist church. Manny is
Okay.
he's
All right.
certified.
All right, brother Manny. Brother Manny.
He gonna get his nigga pass in like 5 years.
Let me ask y'all this though. Look, this
Not
is some.
Universal Entertainment, Universal Music Group.
Yeah, just get rid of the PS Universal Entertainment and just see what pop like and hit news.
You were saying.
Why he looking at let me ask y'all this. So is this why the finale? Why is this it? Why?
This would be it when it comes down to the title of the show, Pussy Power Podcast, and ultimately because promoting wise, it has been really difficult because they're like, oh my god, harsh language and you know, like sexual, like, and then our logo is quite
Yeah. It's
yeah,
that. It's that.
but yeah, so
So I'm just gonna revamp it.
Yes, we are getting a revamp.
Yeah, revamp. So
Can
it's
I-
gonna be like a lip service type.
Can I be transparent? Do you mind? I don't think we should change the name, and I think people should just let it go. but I also understand the business side of it.
And we can't grow
And
unless
Y'all just got to be more creative.
not
with
even
the
that. I just
name.
feel like,
because it's like
or be more
the name
selective
and
with our
imagery
sponsors.
ultimately has to change.
Or be more selective with our sponsors.
no. Just be more creative with the name. Get something that still represents that, but also it's catchy at the same time. Like Horrible Decisions.
I'm not
Oh.
even comfortable with that.
I'm just saying,
Going
like, no. I'm just saying, it's a podcast out there
Called
that's named
Horrible
Horrible.
Decisions?
It's two girls.
I'm subscribing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
Horrible,
seen
and they just talk about the guys we fuck. It's a podcast out there.
So it's like a
called Guys We
hotels
Fuck.
podcast.
Yes,
Why we don't know them?
it's called Horrible Decisions, but it's WHORE Decisions.
I'm finna go look them up. I'm gonna
Well,
add them to my
nonetheless,
podcast.
I do feel
it's
like
called Some
I
Guys
love
We Fuck. Is a podcast called that. Yeah.
So
Lip
wait,
service.
do they bring
Lip service.
do they
lip
bring-
service is-
Yeah.
do they bring their exes on the show?
They
Like,
talk about their exes and the guys they
I was
fucked,
gonna
and they
say,
go through all that.
I'm finna say they
That's-
some
I
bold
believe
Bettys,
sometimes. I
baby.
believe sometimes they might, but I don't listen.
There's
I don't
some
listen
bold
to that. but-
Bettys. I'm gonna have to tune in.
Yeah, they good.
I love it.
Yeah,
The
I
devil
just put
is
y'all
a lie.
on.
The devil is a lie.
So when y'all look it up, just know Gotti put y'all on. I'm just
Okay,
letting you know that.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But ultimately, we do feel like we should be able to keep it the same and just, you accept it. But it's like, we've been doing that and it has not worked. So let's not be hard headed and, really just buckle down and do a revamp. And even if we can somehow Hail Mary our name and our imagery, which ultimately one of them got to change anyway. So we just gonna figure it out. But
Dope revamp. That's cool.
I
Dope
like
revamp.
yeah,
Keep
really
the same
brief.
vibe though. It's still y'all. Y'all
Like,
still
We're
y'all.
still us. We just
True.
gotta
That
get a
ain't
new
no different. It's
name
just the name.
and
That's
stop
it.
showing y'all pussy every week. But I don't know what y'all thought. But
First
I
of
listen
all,
to Juicy. It ain't a strip club if they ain't showing pussy. So I don't know what's wrong with everybody else.
That's a fact. That is a
What's
big
wrong with
fact.
Shaw?
That's where I came
But-
from. That's exactly where I came from.
I think that's where everybody came from,
3.6.
unless your mama got a C-section. Sorry, we don't know about. But
Yeah.
either way, you was almost here through the vagina. She just couldn't do it. Your head was too big. It ain't nobody's
Yeah.
fault.
You came out feet
First, right?
Yeah,
You came
feet
out
first.
feet first.
You was
Yeah,
breach.
you was
a
on
breach.
You was on some cap. Bullshit. Yeah.
So what made you want to start doing Gotti's World podcast?
Honestly, because I listen while I'm at work and things like that. I listen to podcasts, so it's just like, shit. If I also another way I came, like I said, as far as with the strip clubs and things like that, I was the MC.
Oh, you were hosting.
Yeah, I was hosting, so that's exactly where I came from, doing this shit. So just entertaining was the whole thing.
was
So
natural
then
to
when the
you.
COVID shit hit and things started slowing down and the clubs started shutting down, I had to make a pivot. So now I'm like, shit, it just lined up. Shit, I talk to people. I listen to this shit all day. Why not make one? You know what I mean? So everything just fell
You
into
had
place.
more of a reason to make one than most people do. You
Yeah.
had like an actual,
Big
like
fact.
you had a real push start because you were like, okay, you coming from the club scene. So ultimately, like people like just between artists,
made
producers,
sense for me.
videographers, all these motherfuckers you know,
Yeah.
you got, okay, I can sit down and talk to y'all
Yeah.
for like an hour and a half and shoot the shit.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so that's actually just came out of like just you having those things already in place. There are people who are pulling these podcasts out of their assholes.
Yeah, and you know what that is, though?
More power to you.
You know what that is, though? It's the wave.
It's a wave.
It's just the
I
whole
blame
wave,
quarantine.
and eventually, as soon as shit open
gonna be
back
so
up,
overdone.
motherfuckers gonna be stopped at 12. They're not gonna keep doing this shit no more. That's just like when remember everybody had a T-shirt line. Remember that shit at one point in time. Everybody had the
was selling
T-shirt shit
T-shirts.
going on.
Everybody
After
had
that,
a
certain
shirt.
people just stopped.
But I
That
also
shit
feel like
just
people
stopped.
needed a way to express themselves and connect with people during quarantine.
But a lot of people are not interesting.
This is true.
A lot of people not interested.
But
They
you
want to
can't
be
tell them
heard, but they ain't got
That's
shit
the
to
same way.
say.
Everybody want to be rappers. All these SBA rappers, all these 10K rappers, all these. Oh, I can get you 2K for 20K ass rappers. All these people.
Yeah,
That's
that's cap.
becoming rappers out of just because I got the money to go to the studio now.
Yeah,
Or all of the new I Sell Hair Girls.
Oh, I sell lashes now.
yeah. These last texts,
Ooh.
they are there.
Not even just lash techs, just bitches that sell lashes. Not the bitches that took the training program. I
I'm gonna
respect
say,
you.
hey, cause don't-
Because if you could just,
don't
right,
use the
being an
lash tech.
esthetician is not easy.
not easy.
It's not easy. I will not say that at all.
I know strippers that do nails.
That's another stream of income.
I mean, that's
but it just don't line
your
up,
market
though.
is insane. You can run
do
it
long
up doing
nails.
that shit.
You
Yes,
think about it. It's 10 girls in
Strippers.
the club, but she doing all their nails, baby. They gotta get their nails done at least once a week.
Think about it.
That's
She don't even
$40.
have to go and strip. All she gotta do is bring her nail shit to the club.
Do you know how much?
But they gotta have lashes too, right?
Have you ever paid?
She can sell the lashes when she doing her nails. Like all you gotta do is order them from China
And makeup technicians and shit like that.
Yeah.
All that. Just like it's 1,000 people that do hair.
It's a one-stop
It's
shop.
1,000 people that do hair, but every hairstylist isn't gonna fit every client's need. That's why it's 1,000 hairstylists.
It's 1,000 everybody because
It's
everybody.
oversaturated.
It's very oversaturated.
It's oversaturated.
You ever heard somebody say it was too many barbers?
Yes. It is a lot of barbers.
But there's a barber for every need. You might not like how Ray lined you up, but George might be the shit.
And that's a fact. But
Chris
it's
might-
too many of them
Line be
motherfuckers.
busting.
It's too many of them motherfuckers.
I mean, but think about it.
Too many.
Has there ever been a time where you couldn't get your hair cut and you're like, where the fuck are all
And you
the
shouldn't even
barbers
be
right
cheating
now?
on your barber anyway.
Oh.
You shouldn't even be cheating on your barbers
Cheating
anyway.
on your barber. They're so loyal.
So
to these
therefore,
barbers.
I wish,
that
I wish
one
women
person-
were loyal to their lash techs like that.
Yeah, some of these chicks lashes.
Nah,
be-
females can't be loyal to certain
be
people
fans.
when it comes down to
I
like,
hate it.
yeah, nah.
They all some of them remind me of
Like
Mr.
hair,
Sniffle.
yeah, like because usually when it comes down to our hair, we don't let that many people play on our hair. But like makeup and like nails, and we'll experiment every once in a while. We'll regret it when we do, but we'll experiment. Like we'll be like, all right, I go. get my
Motherfuckers out here
feet
looking
done.
like clowns when they let
Believe in
the regular person.
Believe in the, oh my god,
I can get
girl,
you right.
I look so good.
I can get you
Be
right
looking
with
casket
the,
sharp.
Ladies, if you don't want to be casket sharp, call Pretty Babe.
Yes, B does makeup on
For
point.
me.
Don't ask me who do mine because you know she exclusive, and she me.
You be holding information. You one of them.
She
She
me.
does her own
She
makeup.
holds.
She's
she-
me, so I can't.
Oh, you do it. Oh, okay.
You was like, damn, you withholding information.
I'm like, yeah, you holding information.
Hi,
away.
Ari.
What type of nigga is
Ooh, not Ari.
All right, Ari Fletcher.
First of all, I would never do my baby daddy like that. That is
Oh,
horrible.
no, you know she get mad when her makeup artist and
she get mad when
hairstylists
people who
get
do
work.
her hair and makeup do other people's hair and makeup.
Yikes.
But I'm like,
They can't eat.
bitch, I would actually like to do somebody's hair and makeup who's famous for something. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Some rappers, baby's mom.
Did I go too far on that one?
Leave your son, mama alone.
My son, mama.
Your son.
Yo son, mom. Oh, that literally sounds like yo son. I
But
don't
that's their son name. That's what they named the child. I didn't have nothing to do with naming that
because when she tagged him in the picture, she said, "Yeah, yo son." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's your son." What is his name?
Well, I'm not going. I can't write on
Literally,
your son
your
because
son.
my nephew's name is my son.
My son?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that-
NYSUN.
Yeah.
My
It
son.
Mine
It is.
in New York, yeah.
NYSUN.
I know one nigga named my son. That's about it. Actually, two. That's about it.
Really?
Yeah, I just know one was a singer and the other was a rapper.
I know. This one's an actor. He's my nephew.
Can't none of these niggas go to school and be doctors or nothing. All right, fine.
What'd you say, Rita?
It's a famous rapper named My Son.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it is. I remember.
Yeah. And then
So
the other
did
one was a singer. He was a dark skin.
Did you catch the Hawks and the Lakers game last night?
Nah.
Well, you know, LeBron James got like fake heckled.
Yeah, white people shit.
Yeah, people checking into their privilege. My only
Courtside
problem,
Karen, right?
Yeah, courtside
Yeah.
Karen. We got
Yeah.
a court. Now we got a courtside Karen. That's the
sick
whole
of
thing.
these
My
people.
only,
Just got
Like,
kicked
just-
out of the game for talking shit to LeBron James, for talking shit to my fucking husband. I'm
But
minding
you know
my
you're a
own
lady,
business,
right?
drinking my wine.
ugh, just ugh.
Yeah, mute
But
that shit. She
basically,
ain't
yeah,
doing shit.
that it's all nasally. But basically, like, I guess her and her husband were spectating at a game. First of all, we understand. We happy to be spectators again. And motherfuckers, whatever. You heckle somebody and you say whatever you want. And if you grown enough to understand that somebody can say something back to you, that's a grown-ass man just like your man is a grown-ass
But
man.
he didn't say. I was gonna say he didn't even say nothing to her. He said something to her husband.
Right.
Well, nobody
But
was talking to you,
and then
Blondie.
and then she took the whole initiative. And I personally feel like if I was a man and my girl didn't say anything when somebody said something to me, that I would reevaluate that whole relationship. And people are saying if I'm a gold digger, if I was a gold digger, then I wouldn't have said anything. I would have been quiet. No, bitch.
That don't have nothing to do with the price of tea. And
You
China.
were drunk and you felt your privilege kick in and you wanted to say something.
had
She
you
just
been
wanted
in
to
a
say
Got your
something.
ass
bar,
treated. And
had
she's
you
like,
been
oh my
in
God,
any
I was
other
kicked out of a game.
situation,
Baby.
you wouldn't have did that. You did that for some attention, and it was LeBron James.
She forgetting
And
we
don't talk
are
to my
not
husband
our
like that.
ancestors.
Because if you and your man out in the club and another man say something slick to him, first of all, you shouldn't even have the opportunity to say anything
before
to
your
LeBron.
man even.
He should. Why
You know
he
what I
need
be
you to
wishing?
I
stand up
shouldn't
for
even
him?
have to say. My man don't need me to stand up for him. He don't need my input.
You know what I be wishing though? I be wishing LeBron's wife be around.
Because Savannah would have shut
Savannah would have been getting busy. She'd be like, "Hey, man,
That's
you know,
a real black woman.
I be
That's a
wishing,
real
I be
black
wishing
woman.
his wife be there.
But that
at
is
certain
why
point in
Savannah
time.
be at
She's not
home rearing
there.
them children.
So
She's
he
at
ain't
home
got to
raising
say shit.
All that shit on the internet is probably the reason she don't go outside to them games. I think after seeing all that LeBum shit, all that, oh, LeBron be crying, all that shit about his hairline, I wouldn't want to go outside because I would be treating everybody from the person I see getting out my car to everybody on the inside. Because y'all got me fucked up about my husband, period.
I just felt like she should have just sat down and enjoyed her damn drink. You didn't even know what was going
First
on
of all,
in the game, Lucy.
lady, if that's, what is that?
That is her
Those
6-year-old
bitches be
husband.
out here
60?
looking like pears.
And
You
she
thought I'd be
25?
bullshit?
I don't believe that she's
25.
25. I do not believe she's 25
had
with
some
that
work.
amount of work. I don't
He done
believe.
had some work. Fuck
I don't believe that she's 25.
them muscles is implanted. Ugh.
It's all gross.
He got sunspots. Ugh.
I told you, motherfuckers out here be looking like pears, bro. Y'all think I'll be bullshit.
What
No,
is
but-
this? But ultimately, like I can't abide by any of this. We in 2021. If you think you can just do certain shit, it's too many cameras around you. All that white privilege has to get checked somewhere because people are not playing. We are not our ancestors. We not going no more.
But I feel like that's why she did it. Because she was courtside.
She said,
at a
I paid
Laker
for courtside
game.
seats. Nigga, he
No, you
playing in
didn't.
the game. Who more important?
Yeah, you can't even see him. Goddamn.
You came to see. She was like, oh my God, he's been a Hawks fan for all the time. And he has this thing about
And he
LeBron
finally brought
James.
your ass. He finally brought your ass to the game.
Right, you finally, like, she's like, I was minding my business. And he said something to my husband. Well, you should continue to mind your
She
business.
should have been in her business and
'Cause-
tended to her titties and just left it alone.
Basically.
Why nobody talking to you?
What am I talking? You don't even go here. Like, she's like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about LeBron James. And then she was like, if you say something else to my husband, I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch. You threatened him, so technically.
You do know that you like that big and he's a professional athlete? What do you mean?
And then
Like,
AD was standing next to him. I'm like, ooh.
I wonder how much she was drinking because that had to have been a lot of just
Had to
liquid
been a lot.
courage
Come
and
on,
or
man.
ignorance.
First of all, you know how they drink wine. They keep them coming.
She was Pinot Grigio down.
She,
Give me-
soon
give
she,
me all
you
that.
hear that tap on the top of the cup, she like, I need a refill. I need a
They
refill.
probably was drinking before they got there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, white people.
We do.
We pregame like a
We
motherfucker.
pregame like a motherfucker.
Okay, do you feel like you gonna always pregame no matter what you do? If I mean, like, since you don't necessarily pregame, but like people around, like you feel like that's always gonna be a thing, no
Yeah,
matter what
yeah.
level in life
Yeah,
you
that's
at.
gonna be a thing all the way to the
Because
end.
back in the day, people pregame just because
Yeah.
we couldn't get drunk where we was at. But now it's just
All
pregame
motherfuckers
is
didn't
just
have
a lot more fun.
all motherfuckers didn't have enough money.
Yeah, basically.
I had enough to get in. I had enough to give me, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of something. And that's about it. My money ran out. You know what I'm saying? So of course we're gonna pregame way ahead of time.
A lot of
And
times
hope
the
your
pregame
buzz
is better
lasts.
than the event. Sometimes.
Sometimes the pregame make the event better because by the time you get to the event, it don't necessarily be what it's supposed to be yet. Maybe in about 30, 40 more minutes it'll be bust. A few more people need to show up. But
I still have my buzz though.
right.
I still have my buzz. I still do my little, you know what I
Doing your
mean?
little two-step.
Until motherfuckers start getting in there, then I can get up. Then I'm shaking all the motherfucking alcohol up in myself.
You've been able to experience some of the best Chicago partying.
Oh yeah, I've been in the place. I've been in the spots. Yeah, I've definitely been there.
So how far back does your club scene experience go before we wrap it up?
Shit. I think the last big one I was at, Herbo and them was in there. It was Herbo's birthday.
Ooh.
It was a movie in that bitch. It was a whole movie.
If a nigga tell you it was a movie, it was lit.
No, it was really.
It was lit.
It was really a movie. Like wall to wall, pack to pack.
What time did y'all get out
Motherfuckers
of
had to check make sure their wallets and shit was in the back pockets. All that. It was that.
Ooh.
It was that.
I've been feeling like Herbo's parties are like classy rap.
Bitches didn't even have room to dance.
That's both.
That's how packed it was.
I mean,
That's
niggas
not
just in there. Who you think
That's
you
how
ahead
packed
of,
it
not
was.
us?
Yeah,
That's not
how-
fun. You just in a packed room looking at people.
Yeah, and it's hot, and depending on what season it is, niggas got the coats on, so it's real hot. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was the last one. That was the biggest one. Then after that, it started watering down. Then it just faded away.
Well, I want to thank you for coming out to the
Come on,
podcast. This has been a dope episode. We have definitely dove into the symptoms and traumas of adulthood, and I'm glad I got some firsthand knowledge about certain shit.
I had to beg, you know what I'm saying? I had to do a little begging to get up on here. You know what I mean?
No,
But
you did
cool
not.
shit.
You just had to catch us when we wasn't having issues. I don't know. We need to see a gynecologist or something for the pussy podcast.
Whoa.
What kind of
Whoa.
Because the show needs a gynecologist.
The show needs a pap smear.
The show
We
needs
need
a
our
pap
annual.
smear.
We need our
We
annual
Need a checkup.
We definitely need that
Ain't nothing
checkup.
wrong with that.
You need the checkup. So you want to shout out any shows or events you got coming up, and also the podcast page so everybody can tune in next week.
Well, I ain't really got no shows coming up because everything's still shaky. A lot of the shit's still shaky, but you know what I'm saying? I'm in the talks with. Yeah, I'm in the talks with, you know what I'm saying, doing a couple showcases and things like that. So we just got to figure that out. Then basically, like I said, this whole month is the 1 year anniversary. I'm celebrating like niggas do. You know what I'm saying? Their birthday the whole month. You know what I'm saying? All month. So I'm just going to be dropping a lot of dope episodes. I just dropped one with my boy, Diamond D Versace. If y'all don't know him, he do a lot of photos for Fab, G Herbo. He do
so he's a photographer?
Huh? He's a big photographer. DDP. If y'all see that red stamp, y'all know it's him.
Okay.
I just dropped him, and then like I said, Thursday, Leon Rogers dropped. After that,
so you shoot the episodes ahead of time and then
drop
them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, so I got a lot in the can. I got Don for Black Ink. He coming Sunday.
Oh shit.
And then I have.
So he's a tattoo artist or no?
No.
Don, I think, was like a piercer or like a man.
Yeah. But now he's doing the bodybuilding thing. Yeah, so
trying to be a strong nigga.
I'm trying to keep a storyline.
Yeah. I got I just got a lot of people, man. I'm just dropping.
Well, I look forward to seeing it. I know it's definitely going to be dope. I had a lot of episodes to catch up on, but
make sure you do and subscribe too.
And subscribe.
Subscribe.
Gotti's World Podcast.
Gotti's World Media on YouTube.
We will be back. Y'all just gotta stay tuned and check out No Flogging. It's on Instagram and YouTube. We are doing music and artist interviews as well, so just make sure you guys check that out, and we will tag the links below. Thank you guys for joining, and thank you guys for always being here with our craziness and our ratchetness. It has been like the most insane 2 years of my life just being on this podcast, and I've learned so much, so I appreciate everybody. James, Manny, my new co-host, my past co-host, all that. We've been through a lot, but we've definitely done our shit, and I am so proud to have been a part of it. And
this is dope.
I'm actually glad we actually ended on a popping gas. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I mean?
appreciate you.
People gonna come around. And
I was about to say some
okay.
ignorant shit, but I'm just keeping it to myself.
Oh, 'cause
I just love y'all pussies. I was about to say that, but it's the pussy pot. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. My bad, my brother. You know, I ain't mean it like that. It was the what you call it.
It's like adjacent to.
I'm sorry. I'm a married man myself, man. When my wife see this, she gonna be like, "Why the fuck did you say some stupid shit like that?"
Bella B Fitness.
Bella B's Fitness.
Bella B's Fitness.
My beautiful wife.
Right.
She gonna get on my ass. Don't worry about it.
Gorgeous thing. My husband is over here. I don't
We don't want no smoke.
We don't want no smoke.
No, it ain't nothing like that.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't like fire.
Nah, it was all. But yeah, this is dope, man. I can't wait till y'all come back, man. I'm on it.
All right.
And have us on the Gotti's World Podcast.
Think I ain't? It's called cross promotion. This is cross promotion.
We just doing. We got to Chris before we cross. That's all.
Indeed.
We Chrising right now so we can cross.
I fuck with y'all, man.
Thank you guys for joining the Pussy Power Podcast. I'm gonna cry. Where's my brown liquor?
Are we clear?